One sentence changed everything. It's immediate family only, sweetheart. My mother-in-law said it lightly over the phone to my husband, as if excluding his wife of 5 years was the most natural thing in the world. By the next morning, her exclusive tennis club had suspended her privileges, the foundation she chaired politely requested her resignation, and my father-in-law's beloved yacht club quietly let their membership lapse. That was when the frantic calls began, not to apologize, but to find out exactly who I was. My name is Claire Ellison. I'm 37, married to James Ellison for 5 years. James is gentle, principled, and allergic to confrontation. He was raised to believe that harmony in the family is worth almost any price. I was raised to believe that true power speaks softly and only when necessary. James's mother, Victoria Ellison, rules her social circle with invitations and exclusions. She collects board seats, gala chairs, and the quiet deference of people who need her approval. His father, Harold, plays along, he golfs, nods, and avoids anything that might disturb the surface. Their younger son, Nathan, the one whose engagement was being toasted that night, has always been the sun around which the family orbits. His fiancée, Sophia, is lovely, soft-spoken, and careful not to rock any boats. And then there was me, the daughter-in-law who somehow never received the invitation. I learned about the party the way you learn most painful things in families like theirs, through what isn't said. A stray comment about the venue. A group chat screenshot James hesitated to show me. The slight pause when I asked what time we should leave. That evening, I watched him knot his tie in the mirror. What exactly did your mother say? I asked quietly. He couldn't meet my eyes. She wants it to be just immediate family this time. Just this time. As though disrespect has an expiration date. I didn't argue. I didn't cry. I smoothed his lapel, handed him his cufflinks, and told him to enjoy himself. Victoria assumed my silence meant surrender. She had no idea it meant calculation. While they raised glasses to Nathan and Sophia under fairy lights, I sat alone in our quiet house and opened a contact list I rarely touch. Names from a previous life, people who know me not as James's polite wife, but as the woman who once quietly advised institutions on ethics, compliance, and reputational risk. My late grandmother had built a career exposing quiet abuses of power inside prestigious organizations. She taught me that the most effective corrections are precise, documented, and calm. I made 3 phone calls that night. The first was to a former colleague on the membership committee of Victoria's tennis club. I mentioned, professionally, a pattern of using club events to reinforce personal hierarchies in ways that might concern the board. I named no names until asked. Then I did. The second was to the governance chair of the Children's Hospital Foundation Victoria loved to lead. Same approach, facts, patterns, optics. A gentle question about whether certain conduct aligned with their values. The third was to an old family friend who advises private clubs on liability. He simply said, "We've wondered about that membership for a while. Thank you for the nudge." I hung up, turned off my phone, and went to sleep. I woke to chaos trying to stay polite. James called first, voice shaking. Mom's club suspended her. The foundation asked her to step down. Dad's yacht club cancelled their slip. They're saying, they think it's you. Before I could answer, Victoria herself rang from a blocked number. "Claire," she said, ice cracking in her tone. "What have you done?" "I made a few phone calls," I replied evenly. "The same way you made a few decisions about who counts as family." She arrived at our door 20 minutes later, Harold trailing behind like a shadow. For the first time, she didn't breeze in as if she owned the place. She stood in the entryway and demanded, "Who are you, really?" I told her. Calmly. About my grandmother's work. About the quiet consulting I still do. About the networks I never flaunted because I didn't need to. Harold looked at James. "Did you know?" James met his gaze. I knew she was strong. I didn't know how strong until I forced her to be. Victoria tried one last play. "You've destroyed everything we've built." "No," I said. "You risked it the moment you decided my presence was optional." James stepped beside me. "She's my wife. My family. That isn't negotiable anymore." The fallout was swift and silent. Invitations stopped arriving. Committees restructured. People suddenly had scheduling conflicts. Victoria never apologized, she asked how to contain the damage. That told me all I needed to know. James started therapy. We started speaking truths we'd both avoided. Our marriage didn't explode, it finally breathed. I didn't need victory parades. I needed the pattern to break. And it did. If you've ever been quietly erased from a table where you belonged, remember this: patience isn't weakness. Silence, when chosen, is strategy. And the moment you stop protecting people who never protected you, the world rearranges itself. They finally asked who I really was. By then, I no longer needed to answer.